body pan with normalized cloth, and it has been a while since I've been on here, and I'm aware of that. And there was a lot of things that I wanted to do, and I just couldn't. So a combination of things have really kept me from being here doing any video content. I mean, it's been wintertime, it's been cold, my kids have been indoors, I've been homeschooling. I had a lot of appointments at the end of my pregnancy. And then after I gave birth, I was in the hospital an extra day longer than I anticipated. And then she is an extremely demanding newborn. The fact that I'm not holding her right now is impressive, but she's actually kind of stirring now, and so I'm probably gonna have to grab her very soon. Right on cue. There's the little Juju bean. There's the Juju bean. So, at my 36-week ultrasound, they said she was 9th percentile for size. They recommended induction at 39 weeks. Only at my 38-week, 5-day ultrasound checkup, she did not pass her biophysical profile, and she did really bad. And her fluid levels are low, and we had determined it was better for her to just come. Yeah, look at you looking around. Rise and shine. And then because she was so little, we had to stay an extra day in the hospital. So we were there for a solid 60 hours post-birth. She's wearing a Baby Boo petite cover right now. I felt kind of stupid buying more newborn all-in-ones. I had destashed a ton of them, most of them actually, after I had Holtwood, because Holtwood was going to be my last baby. But I bought new Diaper Right all-in-ones. All of the newborn diapers I bought were Diaper Right all-in-ones. When Juniper first wore the newborn Diaper Right all-in-one, she could have used it with the crossover snaps. I don't know if that's too tight or not. So what I ended up doing was snapping the inner tab snap pretty close together, cinching this part and snapping them side by side. So those snaps were snapped side by side instead of a snap apart from each other. I tried to take plenty of pictures of her wearing the newborn Diaper Right all-in-one at the hospital. She was born, she was 5 pounds, 12 ounces. She had dropped down to 5 pounds, 7 ounces. And so they wanted us to stay an extra day to make sure she wasn't going to lose too much more weight or anything. And she had actually gone back up the next day to 5 pounds, I believe 10 ounces, and they let us go home. She is not my smallest baby, but she is my smallest baby I've cloth diapered. And that has really changed my perspective on a couple things regarding cloth diapering a newborn. It's given me new perspective, I should say, because all of my babies in the past that I've cloth diapered from newborn stage and beyond have been 8.5 pounds and up. So Juniper, even at almost a month old, still isn't even 7.5 pounds. She's about 7.25. So she's doing well as far as gaining. She's just not as big as my other babies. Diapering her. That's why you're so twitchy. She's working on a poop. So diapering her has been definitely a different experience because she's so little. And it makes me appreciate having newborn sized diapers all the more. A lot of newborn sized diapers that were actually too, uncomfortably small, I should say, on my last 2 babies fit her better. And I still don't prefer those diapers. I still have the same issues with the Grovia. I'm just not keen on those. If I ever have any leaks from around the legs, it's with Grovia. And it's because those elastics just are never tight enough. For any of my kids, even my bigger babies, I had issues with fit around the legs. And with smart bottoms, I have not had a chance to try the old smart bottom style on my newborns. Just the newer style with the stacked tab snaps instead of the single tab snap. I have a feeling their single tab snapped version was a whole lot better than this, because this is weird. I hate it. It just doesn't seem like it fits right. I have to say, it did hug her really well when she was particularly small. If you tend to have really tiny babies, smart bottoms all-in-ones do have, they do tend to fit around the legs and such really well, and they are definitely for smaller babies. It's just those tabs are weird, and the whole top is weird, and nothing about it just fits right. It's just, I just can't. Anyways, now you need a diaper change. Let's change your butt before you get too angry. Before I continue, for funsies, drop a comment below. How many diapers do you think I went through? We were there for 60 hours post-birth, and I used all the diapers that I brought. Well, I used all but one, actually. But I tried not to go overkill with the diapers that I brought. So how many diapers do you think I went through? My favorite all-in-one, easily, Diaper Right newborn all-in-one. Oh. Hi, Angry. You're not having a good day. If I had to build an entire stash of newborn all-in-ones, or even with just some, it would definitely be Diaper Right. Best absorbency, best fit, best price, just all around best diaper. Runner up to that, I think, is the Thirsties. Their price is a lot higher, their absorbency is less, but they are USA made. They still work if you get the natural all-in-ones. If you get the natural all-in-ones, they're still pretty absorbent. They're not as absorbent as the Diaper Right, but plenty absorbent for the most part. And they do have a good fit, especially for littler babies as well. Other things I've been using, flats and pre-folds and covers. Like, I have pretty much been using everything. I like all-in-ones for nighttime changes. They make nighttime changes easier. I like them for when I'm on the go, for obvious reasons. So what are my favorite covers? Well, I do not like newborn covers in the diapers that are just newborn covers. It's just cut too trim, I think, to go around like the bulk of a pre-fold or flat. And with Juniper, I've tried a couple one-size covers that I had success with my other two as newborns when she was still in the upper 5, lower 6 pound range. I could make them work, but I don't recommend it. They fit her beautifully now that she's 7 pounds. Prior to that, bulky, could make it work, not ideal though. I generally tend to deviate from covers that are going to be very, very short-lived. I prefer the ones that are sized with rise snaps in such a way that you can still get extended use out of them. Usually the ones that have a weight range from like 5 or 7 pounds up to like 18-ish pounds, give or take. For instance, the size 1 Thirsties Duo Wrap. Now, I love them over top of pinned on pre-folds or flats. They're fitting Juniper better now that she's over 7 pounds. They still fit her under the stump when she was littler. Definitely better than one-size covers would, but still a little bit bulky. But they worked. This time, as opposed to last time, I had the opportunity to try Baby Boo's Petite Flex cover. I didn't get a chance to try it with Holtwood because I was not introduced to the Baby Boo brand until Holtwood was already past the newborn stage. I want to say he was like 3 or 4 months old when I finally heard of Baby Boo. By the way, side note, I am a brand rep now for Baby Boo diapers again. I have an affiliate link in the description box below if you're interested in checking that out. You know, if I usually get anything from these affiliate links and stuff, I usually pass them on to you guys. And I'll talk more about that at the end of the video, by the way, because I do have some interesting things I want to share with you. If this video, by the way, seems really scatterbrained, it's because it is. I don't have the time to sit here and script everything. I'm just mouth vomiting stuff as I remember them, and I'm hoping I don't forget something, and I probably will. Back to the Petite Flex cover. You know, Thirsty size 1 Duo Reps have the snaps to snap down the diaper, so like Juniper is still obviously snapped all the way down. She's still itty bitty. And likewise, so does the Petite Flex cover. They also have rise snaps. Snap them down. She's on the bottom setting. If I had to pick covers for my newborn, based on my experience with both Juniper and with my other kids that were, you know, in the 8 pound range, I would say if you have an average sized baby and you want covers that are going to fit them from newborn but last them for a while so you don't feel like you're just using them for like 2 weeks and then it's like, well, that's done. I would recommend definitely the Thirsties size 1 Duo Wraps and the Petite Flex Baby Boo covers. They both adjust and fit for a good long time. This Thirsties Duo Wrap usually lasts until my kids are about 4 months old or about 18-ish pounds. I think it's pretty safe to say that that's what I'm going to get out of the Baby Boo Flex cover too. So what do I put under those covers? I actually prefer the covers and flats or pre-folds when I'm at home, and when I do secure them on, sometimes I pad fold them, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but when I do secure them on, I'm a snappy girl. So what I enjoy putting underneath, if you're looking for something economical but easy, pre-folds are like the lazy economic option. Why are you so fussy? Oh my goodness. Look how weak you are. I have been able to use my infant size pre-folds on Juniper. They fit her really well. I posted a video on Instagram about how I use pre-folds, and so I'm gonna try to overlay that here. By the way, if you follow me on Instagram, you're gonna get more information than you will from my YouTube channel, only because it's easier for me to post a quick video on Instagram than it is to video edit and put something here. So if you wanna follow me, my handle is Pamelami. It's in the link is in the description box. So I actually have, back when, what was it, late 2016, I think it was, maybe early 2017, I purchased some Indian Cotton Babies pre-folds in their infant sized. These pre-folds, I've been using them, I used them on Tolfrin, my 4th baby, when he was a newborn until he outgrew the Thirsties dual wraps. That doesn't mean these left circulation, because then I continued using them pad folded, stuffed in pockets. I've also used them for Holtwood during his newborn phase as well, and I'm using these even now for Juniper. I honestly have too large of a newborn stash because I have probably like 30 pre-folds. I don't even use them all. I can't. I have too many because I also have flats and all-in-ones. And I do laundry too often for it to matter. And I hear Holtwood crying. And now you're crying too. So I like the Cotton Babies pre-folds. And when I wanted to get more, I couldn't because they weren't at the Cotton Babies website. But Oh So Cozy has their size 1 rated for 7 to 15 pounds, although I got it to fit Juniper when she was smaller. And they're the same size, basically. And they're just 100% cotton pre-folds. The Oh So Cozy's a hair longer, but the Oh So Cozy size 1, like, they work just fine. And they're economic. They're one of the better priced pre-folds on the market. A lot of people like to have the more squared ones because they fit better. But for a newborn, I like the trimness of having the narrower pre-fold. And then usually by the time they're outgrowing the waist is when I want to pad fold them and stuff them into a pocket anyways. So that's what I really like these, and they're actually pretty cheap. Let's talk about stash for just a quick second. If you have a newborn, 2 dozen is the bare minimum. 2 dozen diapers is a bare minimum. 3 dozen is a comfortable minimum. I always tell people when they ask how many covers they need, it's like 4 if you want to wash after each use, 6 if you want to uncomfortable minimum, and 8 if you want a comfortable minimum. If I do laundry every other day, and honestly I probably go through about 18 diapers in between diaper loads. I've gotten away with just 2 dozen newborn diapers before with no issue, even when I had to hand wash and line dry everything. But 3 dozen is going to be a very comfortable number without having to worry about running out or stressing yourself out when circumstances happen that keep you from doing laundry or staying on top of things. Other things that I put under the cover: flats. Now, I like the size 1 Diaper Right flats. This is a size 1 pad folded, and you can see how short it is. In fact, it lays perfectly inside the petite cover with it being snapped all the way down. Look at that. Another flat that I like are the muslin newborn half flats from Green Mountain Diapers. I fold these, the way I fold these, it's quite simple. I fold them and I basically fold it in such a way that I can use it like a pre-fold. And then I pin it on pretty much like I would a pre-fold. So they're pretty simple to use. They're incredibly absorbent. The muslin flats are generally absorbent, but the downside is they're thicker. So they are bulkier, although I wouldn't say any more bulky than a standard pre-fold. Pre-folds tend to be bulkier in general. That is one nice thing about flats. Flats tend to be a lot trimmer, and especially if you use newborn sized or half flats. Now the other flat that I tend to use, and it's got diaper stains on it, so sorry about that. The newborn stretchy flats from Happy Behinds. And I'll show you how I fold that too, although I fold that a couple ways, but generally, and sorry about poop stains, I basically fold it like a tri-fold, but I flare out the back. Basically, that's all I do to it. There's a couple ways you can fold these things. This is my favorite way, is just to fold it in half and then basically sort of use it like a pre-fold too. But I love stretchy flats. Quick note about stretchy flats. Stretchy bamboo flats are technically a synthetic material. It's interesting because they're basically a bamboo terry anchored into a synthetic base, usually it's like a spandex. You wash it once just to make sure it's good and clean, and it's prepped. It is fully prepped. The stretch makes them really nice to pin on. They're trim, but very absorbent. They are fast absorbers too, which means if your baby is not only a heavy wetter, but a flutter and pees a lot all at once, bamboo stretchy flats are your best friend. Worth their price. So cute. Now the last thing I put underneath covers that might surprise some people are reusable wipes or even reusable paper towels. Green Mountain Diaper sells Bird's Eye organic 2-ply paper towels. They're literally just their flats, but 2-ply and smaller, and so they're quicker to fold. It's almost, imagine like a newborn pre-fold in a way. And I just pad fold them and lay them in a cover. They're plenty absorbent and they're easy to wash because they're only 2-ply. I like them. And I do the same with like the Baby Boo wipes. I use these inside them. I might use 2 if I need extra absorbency, but honestly 1 is actually enough for her, because usually I have to change her before this would get too soaked anyways. So I just fold this in half and lay it right in her cover and use that as a diaper. I found quilted muslin multi-layered baby washcloths at Dollar Tree of all places. That is awesome. I actually got this inside a cover. I had to see how well it worked. It worked really well. I mean, yeah, they're $1 a piece, but they're nice. That's an option too. You know, whatever you can get in there. Just be careful if you're looking for things to stuff into diapers. You know, be wary of microfiber that can absorb natural skin oils and irritate the skin if it's making direct contact. So use a liner if you use something like microfiber. That's why I say I have too many diapers. I mean it, because there's so much I can use even as diapers. Flour sack towels work really, really well too for newborns as well. Oh gosh, you stink. Did you poopy?
I'm thundering.
Do you need a diaper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll change you in a minute, alright? The only other thing I think as far as diapering goes that I would also recommend people have, Nolio. I used to use liners because a lot of my newborns often have wetness sensitivity. So they're not getting like really rashy, but they're obviously irritated by being wet and feeling wet. Now Juniper doesn't have it a lot. If I usually change her diaper pretty quickly, but if like say she wakes up in the morning after having been sleeping for 4 or 5 hours and wearing the same diaper, and she looks a little irritated, a little bit of Nolio on her butt, and it clears her right up. Nolio is absolutely wonderful for like rashes that don't really warrant having all that zinc oxide all over their butt, but they do need a little bit of something to protect their skin and balance the pH. I love, love, love Nolio. Highly recommend Nolio. You should get Nolio. You should try Nolio. I use Nolio for me too. I like it. I'm also really excited because I believe Thea now stocks it at Baby Boo Diapers. So you can click the affiliate link and get some Nolio from Baby Boo. Support small business. That was my scrambled thoughts about newborn diapers. Now, if you're wondering how many newborn diapers I went through, Juju being here was not the super pooper that Mr. Holtwood was. Mr. Holtwood went through a dozen diapers in the, what was it, like 36 hours or so that I was in the hospital after he was born. I know. But that's because Mr. Holtwood pooped in every single one of them but one. It's because newborns don't pee a lot. So my mentality was I was going to take diapers, but I wasn't going to go overkill. And if I ran out, I would just use disposables. If you guessed 12 diapers, you're wrong. I think I used a dozen diapers with Holtwood in the hospital. Juniper, though, was not far off. So newborns not peeing or pooping much is actually pretty normal in Juniper's first 60 hours of life. So that's about my tidbits, like my experience with cloth diapering a little bitty baby. Now, this year, at the end of April, is coming up the Great Cloth Diaper event again, the Great Cloth Diaper Change event. This year I will be hosting it again. Only this time, I know it's going to be virtual and I'm going to prepare accordingly. If you want to join us, there will be games. It's going to be an hour-and-a-half long event. Technically the event itself is 1 hour, but I need the extra half hour afterwards to go through and pick and announce winners. So the event itself is 1 hour. The half hour afterwards is where I'll be announcing winners for each of the games. But there's definitely going to be games with prizes during the hour-long event, and as well as the actual change itself. If you want to participate, you can find the event link is going to be in the description box below. My page, Normalized Cloth on Facebook, is what I'm going to be using to host the event, and I will be going live during the event on Facebook. All you need is one cloth diaper to change your baby into if you want to participate. That's it. And it doesn't even have to be like a legit cloth diaper. You can get a flour sack towel and some pins and be like, there we go, we got a cloth diaper. Check out the event page if you're interested, because I will be posting the details there on how you can register and everything as soon as I get those up. They're not up yet. That's what I'm going to be doing probably the end of this month, beginning of March. The event is in April, end of April, and it's really simple. You don't even have to include your kid's face or anything. All those details and such will be on the event page, but I'm really excited for it. I get excited for it every year. Now that I've been yammering for like an hour, y'all have a blessed day.
But I will push right